the Trekkie website thing. Apparently at Comic-Con, the recent Comic-Con, they released the finished second Axanar film. They did one back in 2016, 10 years ago, called Prelude to Axanar. And Paramount sued them for this one scene that they did with the Vulcans, Robert Burnett's scene. That he directed that Prelude movie, but not the new one. He broke off with Alex Peters. Big mess, and he's all like, Peters tried to sue him, a bunch of stuff happened. There's some websites discussing that right now. But yes, I don't know any of these people. To get that right out of the way, I don't know them. But they were another one of those super fan sites, like Gemelt's fan site and his script, Mike Gemelt's, like that. Except he had a script, not a movie. He had a screenplay, so it's a teleplay. It didn't have a movie, but the fans crossed wires and they confused it with this other one, which was Axanar. And they weren't confused about the titles though. It's not like Paramount giving Mr. Gumelt a cease and desist saying, we want Star Trek Beyond as our domain name. You had to change your domain name, and he changed it to Uncharted, and then thought he pitched. That's a different story, but it's in the same time period. We're not going to do a thing on Axanar, so don't worry about it. I'm not even going to go there. It's too much of a can of worms. It aired. I don't think they I think some of them watched it. There was a round table. There was a blog with Burnett there. They watched it. Some of them watched it, the new one, and I guess the new one kind of sucks. At least they said it sucks. But yeah, because he wasn't involved. Burnett should be a showrunner on Star Trek, unlike Gemelt and Axanar. He should be doing Star Trek. The Vulcan scenes would got them in trouble, but a lot of other stuff got them in trouble. And part of that was that they were gearing up to release the Kurtzman era of Star Trek, and they didn't want the fan films to be confused for the real thing. They had real actors in it. I was not involved with any of this stuff. This is all off the internet. Just don't troll the channel and go like, oh, you don't understand the whole thing. It's like, no, I'm just reporting the story, that's all. I have my own fan films. And we have this guy who got very ambitious. He made a Kickstarter for this movie 11 years ago. And earned over almost $1.5 million, $1.4 million from Kickstarters, and then didn't get the money back, and then didn't provide a movie until 2026. That's a long time later. Anyway, so however, it was not on the level of this Prelude to Axanar. The Prelude to Axanar looked like a Star Trek love letter to Enterprise, with actors actually in it. And Paramount freaked out. Because they were like, oh, no. What they should have done is they just should have gone along with it. And said, like, okay, well, we're not going to make you showrunner because Alec Peters, I'm not going to be showrunner. We're just going to use the idea and start this new show at Discovery. They kind of did. But the Fuller version was different. The Battle of the Binary Stars was different. There was no Ares in there, but there was the Shinzo. Which kind of looked a little like it. Yeah, so the new Kurtzman Star Trek is not a ripoff of Gemelt. It's a ripoff of Axanar. It totally is. That's why a lot of the fans are haters and complaining about Discovery not working. And some of Discovery, it didn't work. Though, not sure to discuss Discovery. And the other ones. Lower Decks was more like the Gemelt script. But it wasn't. He never pitched. Just, he didn't pitch. So I was not involved, but I thought I would just update you on that they've released the Axanar movie, and if anybody has to pay money to see it, Paramount's going to go after them again, because you're not supposed to do that. Chimera. We weren't involved in any of that other stuff, of the Gemelt stuff, but on Trek Core they were on about this one too, the Axanar thing, more so than mine. The rules that were put up for the fan films were because of Axanar and Adis and Baba more than they were because of it was another fan film. That was a Steam game. But yes, more than they were for Gmelt, because Gmelt never actually pitched. Gmelt thought he did. Gmelt never actually went into the studio and actually talked to him. This Axanar guy did, apparently. Yeah, they said no. So yeah, he actually was the super fan they're talking about. I won't go into his issues involving his suits and all that, and his OCD nature or anything like that. I'm not going to go into that because I don't know him. And his pitch was rejected. Yet another fan's pitch was rejected. Yay. So I was not involved in the Axanar thing. It's interesting that it came out, the other one. I'm not sure if I will review it. Don't really have any interest in it, in reviewing it. But it's kind of cool. So yeah, we're not involved in any of that stuff. We did mention that the writers' rules for fan films were too strict. They had a famous. You can go to the fan film rules and watch our slap to the fans thing. It was kind of famous, the slap to the fans. But in terms of the channel when it was bigger in the heyday, but Axanar, so they're continuing with that. We're not doing an Axanar one. So just saying that Axanar made the problem of hiring actors and paying them, having them go out and do their thing. More episodes of Strange New Worlds that aren't. I don't know who's watching those. And other the Kurtzman era Star Trek, which we're already saying is it's finished. They did make a curious note though in their blog. This is kind of about that blog. Is that Burnett probably would have made a good Star Trek movie. They'd let him direct it. They wouldn't. The guy who wrote the other one. I think he would have, but in some ways maybe not. He's a little older than me, and he has a specific idea about the observations version of Star Trek, and it is similar to my fan films in that they're talking and stuff, and there's a lot of thinking and action and stuff, and not a lot of fighting, which is similar, and it's just it's a technique. It's not we're not copying each other. I don't know it, and but I don't know whether that would work as a current Star Trek movie making billions of dollars. I think that the trick to a current Star Trek movie should be something new, something fresh. Don't do Khan. Stop doing Khan. Don't do a universe-destroying event. That's dumb. Do a story where the crew has to actually work out some sort of catastrophe on a planet, and they have to get off the planet and save this Federation colony or something. Starship location. So yeah, we don't know anything about this new version of Axanar. It's not as good. It's not Burnett. It's not the other guy. It's Alex Peters. And apparently his ego has grown exponentially now to the point that even Captain Kirk would be like, you can't have a ego as big an ego as big as mine. It will never work. There's no ego bigger than Shatner. Anyway, so that's I don't have nothing to do with it, but it's interesting that they finally released it. Yeah, that's all.